Kids are crazy. They're crazy. They are crazy. Are you a dad doing dad things? Then let's talk about it. So my kid is 3, and he's in this phase where everything and everyone is a burden to what he wants to do in life. In other words, this dude is rebelling like you wouldn't believe. And I'm sitting here just trying to have this super positive mindset, like, oh yeah, we're gonna figure it out, yeah. Good dad. A 3-year-old kid has a very underdeveloped brain. Toddlers are crazy. Dad, if you feel yourself getting to capacity, man, take a break. I'm telling you, we implode sometimes. We do, because we hold a lot in because there's so many others that have to be tended to. And we look for escapes rather than outlets. As I'm talking to you right now, my 8-month-old is calling me. But he's literally saying, nah, 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 nah. Daddy's doing what he need to do. So you know what he's gonna do? I'm gonna go check on him. If I don't check on him, then his mama, she finna come at me. Oh, you with him? Okay, cool. Yes. So because he with his mama, we could get back to the conversation. It's a psychological shift when it comes to the multiplied effort of love. The love that you give for someone that you want to have a life with. That's one. You could full throttle that love on that. But the minute another one kind of comes in, that's a seed of what y'all created. Now, boom, you gotta now multiply that love. If you have another one, you gotta multiply that love. And the list goes on. If you have multiple kids, that's multiplied love. Unique love. So there's moments where you are depleting. There's moments when you are going through like, all right, a hard moment because you feel as though you may be pouring into a lot or even doing a lot or trying to do things that you can't necessarily do because you've been doing whatever it is with everybody else. But at the beginning of the morning, I'm like, yo, let me get to this coffee. And before I can hit the steps, Daxon is like, Daddy? I'm like, oh crap. Let me just try to get to the car real quick. Next step I take, Daddy, are you down there? I'm like, oh, damn. Yeah, buddy? What are you doing, Daddy? Just getting some coffee. You're getting coffee? I'm sitting here like, bro, yes, bro. I just want to get a sip. It depends on how you wake up, because how you wake up, your kid's there. Sometimes you see your kid before you even look at your phone. Before you even scroll, your kid there like, Daddy. In the mornings, I'm a little bit more irritable. By the time it's the afternoon, in the evening, I may be having some heavy feelings and I'm just like, man, I'll never get this moment again. I say all that to say there's some moments where you're really, really driven up a wall with them. And then there's other moments where you're just like, man, how am I not grateful for this moment that I do have that I'll never get back? And it's those moments, those reflective moments when you're sitting there and you're just like, man, I'm blessed. I'm happy I got a kid that actually likes me, wants to be around me, is affected by me. And it feels good to have a little one depending on you. Because in a world where you're trying to not compare yourself as much to everybody else online, gotta make the best of it. If you don't make the best of it, who else is gonna do it? Who? To be an actor and study stories the way that I do, it gets to a point where even your own life can seem like a narrated story, and that the narration is going on live in your mind as you are living it, and sometimes even watching it. Once I'm aware that I'm narrating the thing that I'm actually experiencing that I call life, I have to take a moment to say, okay, if you're unhappy about it, it's because you are thinking unhappy thoughts. If you are super happy about it, it is because you are thinking super happy thoughts. If you are confused about it, it is because you are thinking confusing thoughts. How we narrate our life and our experience is literally how we are going to feel. And Dad Nobody knows how hard your life is that is not in your life. I'm going to try to not grade myself so hard. It's like seeing how good you are at a job 3 years into it and you ain't never been in the industry before. That's what it's like grading yourself as a dad or a parent. 3 years into your job, were you just elite with it? Did you know how to do certain things? Did it just come quick, or did you have to sit through the suck? And the suck is on both ends. It's the suck of feeling as though you not as sharp as you should be. You don't have what you should. And then the other part is you tending to the child and keeping a healthy emotional regulation. A healthy regulation of your emotions, dealing with young ones that have such a diverse situation going on in their bodies. You're aware they're growing from scratch. They're not. I'm trying my best to just be in the space of being a dad, honestly. And that's why I want to be a lot more authentic on these things. In this space, on this atmosphere, in this world, we're going to communicate authentically and be authentic about how hard things are. One time my wife asked my son, what's daddy's name? And he he was like, Daddy, it's Daddy. We lead with our role. We lead with what our title is. And I had to think, I was like, man, yeah, my son don't know my real first name. He don't know, he don't know me. To him, I'm Daddy. So I play the role of Daddy. So I gotta get in dad mode when I get off set, or even when I come in from being outside, if I'm doing business or something. One of the hardest things to do is admit when something is hard as a dad on every level. You could be a trillionaire, and if you are a father, that's the ultimate leveling field, because you could try your best to throw money at it and it just can't do the job. A dad is a role that you gotta be in. You gotta be in. Whether you are in household or not in household, you gotta be in that. When it comes to production, when you're in the role of what it is that you gotta be into, when you've had all the shots done and you've done everything, at the end there's a wrap party. And while you go there, it's a moment for you to discuss all the memories and everything that you made on set in your role. As a dad, that is the role. And at the end, what does the conversations look like, or the memories look like when you're at the wrap party? What do they look like? What do they sound like? And to be a dad, you have to be in those moments and memories to earn the memories at the wrap party. But those memories are earned. They are earned, bruh. They are earned. And being right is subjective, because how exactly do you truly know you are doing it right? What your right is somebody else's wrong. Everybody's definition of right or good is different. So for you, whether you're doing dad things right, it's completely up to you.